So in this video, we're going to talk about tort law. So tort law is a branch of the law which covers civil wrongs such as defamation and trespassing, among many other transgressions. Under tort law, if someone suffers physical, legal, or even economic harm, he or she may be entitled to bring suit. So if the suit is deemed valid, damages may be awarded to the victim to compensate for his or her troubles. Most of these laws are found in regional, state, and national civil codes, which often spell out limits on damages and the statute of limitation for tort cases. So, tort law is a body of rights, obligations, and remedies that is applied by courts in civil proceedings to provide relief for persons who have suffered harm from the wrongful acts of others. So, the person who sustains injury or suffers pecuniary damage, financial damages, as the result of tortious conduct is known as the plaintiff. And the person who is responsible for inflicting the injury and incurs liability for the damage is known as the defendant or tortfeasor. So the word tort comes from the Latin term torcere, which means twisted or wrong. So the English common law recognizes no separate legal action in tort. And unlike actions for breach of contract, tort actions are not dependent upon an agreement between the parties to a lawsuit. And unlike criminal prosecutions, which are brought by the government, tort actions are brought by the private citizens. And remedies for tortious acts include money damages and injunctions, which is court orders compelling or forbidding a particular conduct. So, tort law is the area of law that covers the majority of all civil lawsuits. And essentially, every claim that arises in civil court, with the exception of contractual disputes, falls under tort law. And the concept of tort law is to redress a wrong done to a person, usually by awarding them monetary damages for compensation. So basically, a tort is a civil breach committed against another in which the injured party can sue for damages. So in personal injury cases, the injured party will attempt to receive compensation with the representation of a personal injury lawyer in order to recover from damages incurred. So tort law can be split into three categories. First one would be negligent torts, and the second one is intentional torts, and the third one is a strict liability. So torts arising out negligence are civil wrongs caused by negligent behavior or failure to practice due diligence. So, for example, if you are playing soccer in the street and you accidentally kick the ball through someone's living room window, this may be a negligence tort. Medical malpractice and other forms of professional negligence are also covered under the umbrella of negligence torts. This includes our line of profession, which is engineering technologies. Any malpractice or professional negligence that cause damages to the public or passerby of our construction site, for example, will start tort actions. So let's take a look at the first one, negligent thoughts. Negligent thoughts is a harm done to people generally through the failure of another to exercise a certain level of care. So this is usually defined as a reasonable standard of care. And accidents are a good example of negligent thoughts. So intentional thoughts refer to harms done to people intentionally by the willful misconduct of another, such as assault, fraud, and theft. Intentional thoughts are thoughts which involve a deliberate attempt to harm. Defamation is often viewed as an intentional thought, and this includes fraud, false imprisonment, and interference with the economic operations of a company. So let's take a look on this example of tort cases. The first case is McCain versus Walmart, where McCain, as a plaintiff, accused Walmart employee falsely imprisoned the plaintiff, McCain, and her children, mistakenly believing the plaintiff being shoplifting. And the court ruled in favor of McCain, establishing that employees' actions constitute false imprisonment. The next case is Callison versus Medley, where Callison sued Medley family for assault, And this happened after the family of Medley confronted Callison, verbally threatened him, and one of the family members even shows